You tell me when you're ready, Ed.
I'm almost ready. Anybody? Come on. Does anybody want to hear me? I'm always the first at these events, too. I love it. Disney, I'm the first. Super Bowl, I was the first. I set the tone. Let's go. No, Giants.
Oh, sorry about 2000.
That's all right. We won 2 years ago. We did it.
You only got to do it one time, right, Ed?
That's it. Well, I wanted a few more times. Look at the smoke I'm producing already. This is awesome. We're sending up smoke signals. Anybody? Anybody? Hello? Whenever I do Disney, too, they tell you to move around a lot and be animated, so I'm going to do a lot of that. Hi. Please come listen to me. Hey, nice light show. I like that. Sir?
Ed, look at you on the big... Eddie, look.
I know. They tell you never to look back at the camera.
Your bald spot shows
I
us.
know.
All right.
I'm only 28 years old.
And I love it.
I'm only 28. Tomato confit. Anybody hear of the term confit? Does anybody know what that term means? Confit. Confit. That's cooked in oil or cooked in fat. And what they generally have you do is cook it to 180 degrees, so it's nice and slow. I'm going to teach you a little grilling trick for the summer for making a little tomato confit. You like that? Does anybody? You got a water?
Ed Gallagher taking the stage. Come on, everybody. Ed Gallagher.
Hello.
Disney, NBC, Food Network events. Ed does it all.
Super Bowl.
Take your seat, Super Bowl.
I'm the
Waterboy.
I'm the chef for an actor, and without googling it, who is actor Jonathan Goldsmith? Anybody? Actor Jonathan Goldsmith. Not you two. I know you know the answer. And not you two. I know you know the answer. Actor Jonathan Goldsmith. Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? The Dos Equis guy. Very good. I heard it in there. He's the most interesting man, that guy. Look at this. I'm going to get in trouble for this.
The smoke alarm will go off.
Yeah, it is. You don't joke. We're sending up smoke signals. Let's go. Anybody? Come on. Plenty of good seats available. You don't want to listen to me? Please? No, you got to come listen. Come here.
You get a car, if you say.
You do. You can have a chance to win a car.
A brand new car, Ed.
Where's our hood? It's over the top here.
That's right. Tell them everything. They get a free lobster.
That's it. You get a free surf and turf. Hi. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Mom and Dad are here. Ed's mom and
They
dad.
cruised all the way down.
Raise
here.
your hands, Mom and Dad. Does he cook for you, Mom, Dad? He does?
Guy, I love the MC work. This is awesome.
He
You
does
guys
that?
look super cozy right there. I promise it'll be worth it. I
Now,
promise.
Ed, I'm asking Mom and Dad a question.
Go ahead.
Mom, when did Ed start cooking?
Ooh, when he was very, very young. He used to watch me, and he would cook.
So
Honey,
you're a good cook.
I'm not
She's
in
so
his
cute,
class.
isn't she?
Not in his class.
You got me? You good?
Dad looks good. I love his outfit.
Anybody?
Dad
Anybody?
looks good.
We're filling him in. All right.
Take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Ed Gallagher, this
What
guy
time?
could
Is
cook.
it 6:30 or no?
He's going to be making
6:30?
confit.
Anybody? Time? 6:30?
He's got the smooth. You want to go for 6:30, Ed?
6:20?
Your
So
dad's
we got 10 more minutes.
Your dad's taking a nap, okay?
No, we'll get them all riled up for gambling later, right?
Oh,
Hi, how's everybody?
that's all they want you to do.
Hi.
Everybody's good?
Hi.
Now listen, did everybody get a lot to drink?
Thanks for coming. Thank you. Thanks for drinking
Hello,
the wine.
hello.
That's the only reason you came. You
I
didn't
know.
come to see me. You came here for the wine.
And you know what's, and you got to get a lot of food too, because I don't want to see you upside down out the back here.
9
Yeah,
minutes.
pace yourself.
9 minutes. Yes, love. Yes, honey. Are
We're
you
good
Long
on this
Island?
side? Everybody's
Are you
good?
on Long Island? Are you on Long Island? Are you on Long Island? Oh, you are? Why don't you hold on to this and then just friend request Chef Eddie G on Facebook and then we'll go back and forth. Like that? Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone.
Okay.
Hi.
Are you ready, Ed?
I think you still have 8 minutes.
Okay. We still have 8 minutes. He must be in China. 8 minutes.
Hi.
He's still on the East Coast, Ed.
I know. I'm ready to. I was ready an hour ago. Let's go. Let's go.
Now, Ed, let me ask you a question. You have a booth over there with food, baby?
I do.
I know.
I do.
I know you do.
Chicken.
You have chicken?
Chicken, yeah.
Ah,
Write it down on the left. You can't miss me. I'll make a lot of noise.
okay.
How's everybody doing? Everybody good? Anybody else? Nobody? Of course, you don't have You don't have chef lines. So that's why I'm stuck.
Okay, yeah, they're telling me up in the control booth
Do it.
that you have to go, buddy.
All right, ready? Everybody
All right,
good?
I'm going to introduce you.
I can introduce me.
Okay, all right. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Ed Gallagher. Go ahead, Ed.
See, I've been waiting for you to take that seat. Now I can get started. How's everybody doing? I'm Chef Eddie G from Coast to Coast Cuisine. It's so great to be here. Welcome to the Food Network Atlantic City Food and Wine Festival. This is awesome, isn't it? Now, just so you know, for chefs, this is like the Super Bowl. This is the World Series. This is the Tour de France. This is awesome for us. We love getting on stage. We love entertaining. We love showing techniques. We love cooking. For me, I've been in the restaurant business for 34 years. I'm only 28 years old. I did go to Johnson & Wales College up in Providence, Rhode Island. I graduated 4 years there. Woo-hoo, Johnson & Wales, woo-hoo. And it is the #1 culinary school in the world, which I love. Like I said, I've been cooking. I've owned steakhouses. I've owned pubs. I've owned restaurants. I have written cookbooks. I've worked for QVC, HSN, Shop NBC. I've made all kinds of rubs and sauces. I've helped franchise restaurants, which I'm in the process of doing now. We're doing a food truck on the West Coast. It's unbelievable. I absolutely love this business, and I love teaching about this business. Okay, 5 years ago, I started filming. We started doing all these events. We did the Super Bowl the last 2 years. We did Disney events, Food Network events like this, and I'm also the chef for the Dos Equis guy, actor Jonathan Goldsmith. I absolutely love teaching different techniques, different styles, and that's what you want to get out of this. Whenever I give these demonstrations live, generally, people are drinking. You're probably not really listening to me. You're thinking about other things. When's the next glass of wine? But what I want you to get is at least one thing, okay? And that's what I'm going to try to get out of you today. Now, I was given the task of producing chicken. I have US Foods as one of my fantastic sponsors, and they provided us with 1,000 pounds of chicken today. Tyson Foods gave us 2,500 pounds of chicken for the Super Bowl. So I love getting all this chicken in, and then I got to figure out what to do with it. So I'm figuring, all right, we're in my court now. We're not in, at the Super Bowl. We're not in Indianapolis or out in California. I'm in the East Coast, right? So since we're on the East Coast, I'm thinking, all right, chicken, summertime, right? So I'm like, all right, chicken cutlet Parmesan. Everybody's made that, right? I love taking chicken cutlet Parmesan, egging it, breading it, deep frying it, and then grilling it. Now you don't want the fire to hit, you like that little demonstration I gave that? That little demo, you like that? You don't want the fire to touch the breadcrumbs. You just want the heat to cook it, all right? So what happens is you get this nice smoky flavor from the chicken cutlet. So I call it grilled chicken cutlet Parmesan. And then what I've done is I've taken these heirloom Long Island tomatoes and I make a tomato confit. Now here's a little trick if anybody was here before. Tomato confit is cooking anything in its own grease or its own fat. What I like to do is I like to take a big beefsteak tomato this time of year, put it on the grill, and then put a little oil in there. So you're kind of being sneaky. Hopefully we don't burn the building down. But what happens is that's going to get to about 185 degrees. Good? All right. So that's Disney. They tell you be animated. Oh, get up there and be animated. So whenever I do the Disney events, look at that tomato rocking. You like that? All right. So basically what we're doing here is a tomato confit on the grill. So I'll cook it like that for a while. Let it sit there. They call it, you might hear the term sweating the tomato. Same thing. So we're going to let that tomato sweat. And all those juices are going to start to develop in there. What I do right before it's finished is I turn it upside down. And then I let the flame, the fire actually go up inside there. It actually cleans out the grease, makes it a little healthier. That's where we want that oil. But what it does is it makes it this delicious, smoky, just delicious taste. You taste all the natural flavors of the tomato. And then what I do is I chop it up, give it a nice chop, and then I serve it on top of this chicken cutlet parmesan. So nice and easy, right? So it's a little gourmet twist, right, on grilled chicken cutlet parmesan. We can go a little high on this and try to burn the building down again. So that's kind of what we try to do here. Now, One of the things we've been working on, and Chef Ron Duprat's supposed to come on after me. He's running a little late. He was in Las Vegas till about 2 o'clock this afternoon filming. He was supposed to be with me in a little while. And basically at Coast to Coast Cuisine, what I do is it's taking the same center of the plate item and making it 2 different ways. Generally, we'll get chicken, and 2 chefs will make it 2 different ways. So this is how I did mine. Ron, how are you doing your chicken today? He's not going to answer. He's going to do his. He's from the Caribbean. If anybody doesn't know Ron, I believe he's from Haiti, and he was going to do a island chicken. So he'll make his later. I think he's going to go on at 9:30 later on this afternoon. And so that's basically the concept behind Coast to Coast Cuisine. Do you like that? No laughing. Well, 9 o'clock's not this afternoon in Atlantic City? Come on. You go to 3 o'clock in the morning, right? So, and I say all the time that we eat with our eyes, right? So the one thing that I like to do is take greens, in this case, a little basil, and what we'll do is this will be our garnish. You guys got a top camera too, isn't that cool? You see that? So that's what you want, a nice slow cook on it, on the grill. That becomes a nice smoky flavor. The tomato's incredible. And like I said right before, hopefully we don't burn the building down, if you guys can see that. What I do is I turn that over just to finish it. And you can take the peel off if you want. Some people leave the peel on. There's a lot of healthiness inside the peel. And then what I do is, there's your tomato confit. That's kind of cool, right? I love bacon confit, duck confit. Delicious. Now there's one thing that all of us in the world have in common. All of us in here have in common. We all need to eat, right? So that's why I love doing it. All these festivals that I go to, I love meeting new people, love training, love teaching, and it's picking up different techniques. So hopefully you've picked up a technique or 2 today, right? Is that the hope? Yeah? New York in the house? Woo-hoo. What else? Any questions? I did bring these peppers because I always get a brave person, usually more at the Super Bowl than at these kind of events. But these are ghost peppers. They are the hottest peppers in the world. If anybody would like to try one, I ate one. I felt it for 3 days. Yeah, you're brave, I could tell. You always get 1 or 2. Usually at the Super Bowl, everybody wants to try them. So, hi, Mom. It is my mom and dad's 50th anniversary next month. Isn't that awesome?
Right.
Isn't that kind of cool? 74 and 73 yesterday, and last week they just turned. I can't tell you that. Come on, you tell my age. I'm 28 years old. Yeah, an only child. So what do you think? Kind of nice, kind of easy, right? We could all do this. We've all made chicken cutlet, right? But this is a grilled chicken cutlet, and you'll impress the neighbors, you'll impress the family. Grilled chicken cutlet parmesan with the tomato confit. You like that? Where are you going? I thought you were attacking my basil. Didn't he look like he was coming after my basil? Go ahead, any questions, any comments?
Anybody have any questions?
Is it hot back there?
It's very hot.
Because it's hot up here.
Very hot.
It's real hot up here. Anybody? Who's got a question or a comment for me? I know you do. Come on. Anybody? Bueller? Go ahead.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, we get a mic. I was going to come to you.
Now, did you cut the tomato before you put the oil in?
I did. What I did is I cut the top of it off, and then what I do is I actually scar inside of it. So what I do is just cut the top like that, and then just give it a little cut. And what you want the oil is to just seep inside there. So here. I do it right on the grill. And you can put a little like salt. I'm not crazy about salt. I don't cook with a lot of salt, but pepper right inside like that. And then what happens is, look at this tomato now. Look at how awesome that is. So we'll cut that up, and the longer you let it go, just let it go. It's almost like roasting a tomato. That's what it is. So, but we're using grease or fat, so we're actually making a tomato confit. Kind of cool, right? Go ahead, Guy. You have another question.
I do have a question. You did go to Johnson & Wales.
Yes, sir.
And how was that?
It's like the military, but I tell you what, it was worth it getting out. It's got a tremendous name in the business,
Right.
obviously.
Because a lot of people in the audience would love to know what it's like to be able to go to a culinary school.
It's a lot of work. It's early. They try killing you. They tell you that 1 out of every 4 of you won't be in the school after 4 years.
Right.
They were right. They
Right.
say 1 out of every 10 won't be in the business.
Right.
They are correct. So
Right.
it's a lot of work, but if you love this business and I'm passionate about the food industry. I love it. I love learning new things. I love teaching in this business. It's awesome. Hi.
Questions. Now, another question that somebody wanted to ask. You went to Disney. You cooked at Disney, did a demonstration at their kitchens down there.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Disney is it's like a world of its own. So when you perform at Disney, at any of these Disney food and wine festivals, they have a staff of 100 chefs. So you just send the specs, and they push the food out as you do it. So we did shrimp 2 different ways at the last Disney event. And we did shrimp. I did a shrimp scampi. I did an upscale shrimp scampi with a little, I don't even know how I did that one. And Chef JR made a shrimp cake.
Right.
So we did shrimp 2 different ways. And like I said, we fed over 3,000 people that day. So we had 3,000 in that forum. So, but it's great. We've been on a Celebrity Chef's Tour for the last 3 years. That's incredible too. So, and that coincides with a lot of these events as well.
And that's
Right. Yeah, it's a blast.
question coming your way.
Questions?
Okay, you mentioned that you don't cook with a lot of salt.
I don't at all.
I never cooked with salt, but watching the cooking channel, I started using salt because they say it enhances the flavor of the food.
You know what it does is it opens up your palate. One of the first senses in your mouth is a sense of whatever salt does to it. So it opens up. If you notice, high-end restaurants will actually put salt on ice cream. And what that does, just a little pinch of salt on the ice cream will waken up your mouth to the taste of that gourmet ice cream. So it's kind of like tricking your senses. You don't need it. You don't need it. But there are finishing salts out there now. They're a little healthier. So,
Any other questions? Anybody? I have another question.
you got a question? I know you do. You look like you look like you have a question.
But the question about the food truck, because that seems to be the hottest thing.
It is.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we were going to do the Food Network food truck.
Right.
So we actually had other obligations, so we didn't wind up doing that.
Right.
But JR is on the West Coast setting up food trucks on the West Coast.
And what kind of food are they having on the truck?
We're going to try to do a coast-to-coast cuisine. That's our plan, is to do a coast-to-coast cuisine food truck.
Now, Eddie, to go back and forth, what is your favorite food? What do you like to eat? What do you like to cook?
Everybody asks that question.
Well, that's the
and my
question.
favorite food is surf and turf. And I love different combinations of lobster filet mignon, of shrimp and New York shell steak, of scallops and skirt steak, and just, trying to put a gourmet twist on everything.
And everybody, another question that somebody wanted to ask you, because they know you're like the grill guy. You're very good at grilling.
Yeah, I love grilling.
The steak, the filet. Tell them a little bit about how you would cook the best filet on the grill.
I love a rare filet. I think the more you cook it, the tougher it gets, if you will.
Okay.
So nice. We'll give it a little seasoning, high heat to start. Turn that heat down, cook it to rare. What you do, almost like I did here to get the grill marks on it, is you go this way at rare, depending on the size, about a minute on each side. Then you give it a little turn like that, and then your third turn would be like that. So if you notice, from up there, I've got these grill marks that have started. So, and it's almost a force of habit. If you go to a good restaurant and you look, and they serve grill side up like this, they call that the show side. Always look at the bottom side too. At my steakhouse, I used to make them show the other side also. So you want to make sure, and it's just that force of habit. It's a timing thing also. So I know that this chicken's almost done just based on the grill mark.
And Eddie, everybody likes to cook fish because fish is healthy. We're in Atlantic City. A lot of these people have great grills at home. They got these Weber grills. Tell them a good technique on cooking different kind of fish, because you have the flaky fish and then you have the bone fish.
Yeah, flaky fish are tough to grill with. I like grilling tuna. It's probably my favorite.
Okay.
But you could do swordfish. You could do any of the local Long Island fish. It's obviously tougher with the bluefish and bass. They kind of fall apart a little. I like to put them in a tinfoil pouch, but then you're not grilling, you're poaching. So
Right.
again, technique. It all comes down to technique.
Right.
So look at all these techniques you learned today, from confit to grilling.
Now, Eddie, how can they get a hold of you? Do you have a website?
I
You
do. Chef Eddie G on Facebook is probably the easiest way. Hi.
Okay.
Chef Eddie G. Hi, ladies. You're not late. I was early. Hi. I
Yeah.
just wanted to go so bad. I got down here. I said, I got to get going.
We have a question.
Chef Eddie G, Coast to Coast Cuisine. It's the number 2 Coast Cuisine.
Okay.
Yep. Go ahead.
Question.
I knew you had a question.
Are there other vegetable confits we can make on the grill?
Well, it's cheating, but you can cook anything in fat or in oil. So you could do it with broccoli and all that. Just make sure you strain it out afterwards. To me, the least fat, the better. That's one of the reasons why I do turn this over. If you notice now that this thing is almost completely dried out, and this is going to taste like a smoke-fired tomato. So, but that's what you're looking for. And don't be afraid to let that, keep going. You can pull the skin off if you want. It's tremendous, delicious.
Any other questions?
Anybody drinking? Woohoo!
There goes the hands. They love, right?
Any other questions? Anybody? So we're going to do my next event. What's my next event? We're in August, September. We're going to St. Thomas in 2 weeks, and I'm cooking with Chef Ron Pratt down in St. Thomas. Him and I are going to do a little photo shoot while we're down there. We're going to do some work for Haiti to help them. And my big thing is to help. We just passed the 1 billion people a day go to bed hungry. I'd like to try to end that. I don't know if I can do it alone. If anybody has any ideas, I'm more than hip to it. My dad always used to say, become a dentist. Everybody has a mouth. I became a chef because everybody has a mouth.
That's great.
So yeah, so my goal somehow is to end hunger. I guess it's a lofty goal. There's enough food on the planet to feed everybody twice every day. So there's plenty of food around. It's a matter of getting it to them. Look at everybody chasing me with cameras. Hi, how are you? Welcome to Atlantic City. Good to see you.
That's your lawyer.
Talk to him. Anybody? Oh, I love the way this stage came out.
Now, Eddie, you worked in some of the big country clubs, big resorts. What was some of them?
How did you read that?
Oh, I read it.
I never said that. I worked for, I was out in Breckenridge, Colorado.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I was in Breckenridge, Colorado, and I was I wanted to be a ski bum. I wound up becoming a chef. I wound up running their restaurants, and then that same company opened a place in Seabrook Island, South Carolina. So I was transferred to Seabrook Island, South Carolina, and became a golf bum. So it was kind of fun. So I was in the kitchens down there as well. So I've kind of been, and I think that everybody says that's where the surf and turf came from.
Right.
Which is possible. I'll go with it. Yeah, it sounds good.
And your first job was at an Italian restaurant. That's where you went in, head first. I have everything right here. We ran
You did your homework.
Secret Service ran your homework.
Yeah, 13 years old. I started in a place called Rana's, and I started washing dishes, and I was a pot washer, and eventually a prep cook, and then a line cook, and you work your way up.
That's how it started.
It's called the brigade system. It's very similar to the military. Very similar to the service.
Right. Another question?
Hi.
Hi. What was the biggest lesson you've learned over the years?
Oh boy, I learn lessons all the time. I've owned I've owned restaurants and stuff. So it's a tough business. It's a lot of work. It's 100 hours a week. But if you love it and you love entertaining people and you love throwing parties, that's kind of the lesson, that it's a lot of hard work.
Question?
Hi. I'm a former restaurant person. Do you teach a lot of children how to cook?
It's funny, and I wasn't going to say this, and I usually don't say it, but I was a chef at Sur La Table, so I did teach. I was an instructor for a year. I was fired because, and I'll say this on tape for the first time, I was fired for filming at this year's Super Bowl. So they found out on Sunday, and I was fired the Monday after the Super Bowl. And I swore I would never say that, but I said it. So I've taught children. I love teaching children because that's like the next generation. I'm a Met fan. We need more Met fans that are 6 years old. And the reason why is because that's the next generation, So we're not producing enough Met fans. So, and in my mind, we need to produce more chefs and more little cooks and all that. So I love teaching little kids. Love teaching.
Another question here.
Go ahead.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm always hesitant to cook pork because it always dries out and it drives me crazy. Especially on the grill. I mean, that's like the last place I'm
Most people
Any
overcook.
tricks?
Most people overcook chicken. Most people overcook pork all the time. And this is the thing. For years, they were telling you to cook pork to 180 degrees. For years. I've been eating pork my whole life at 145. So you can stop it at medium rare. I'm not dead, I don't think. I don't have trichinosis. I feel pretty good today. So, no, never pound. And this is another thing too. This is a chicken cutlet breast, and I wish I could have demoed this out here, but for health department reasons, I couldn't. What you do, never pound chicken, never pound beef, ever. Cut it and that'll break the fibers inside, okay? Never pound chicken. That's just my theory. You'll hear chefs that'll get up here and say, pound your chicken, pound your beef. To me, it's a waste. My cleaver gets to travel with me to all these food shows. It used to be a lot easier before 9/11 because she was allowed on the plane. Now she has to go underneath. So, but a nice cleaver, straight through. This was one breast that I cut diagonally, and what it does is it breaks the fibers. Yep, you can leave, and same thing with the pork tenderloin. Just pan sear all the sides. You can finish that off in the oven, or if you want, right on the grill as well. Guys, look at how this tomato, can you see this on this camera? Look at how that tomato has come out. That's like picture perfect. If you notice the skin starts to fall off at this point, you can take that skin off. Some people like it, I kind of like it. There's a little healthiness in it. You healthy? I know you are. I'm not so healthy. I'm trying though. Any other questions, comments? Ladies, how's the wine? Is it good? Good?
Question.
What did you put on the tomato and
See,
how
you
long
came
should
late
you
to
cook
class,
it?
didn't you? And I'll do it again. A Long Island, she came late to class. A Long Island heirloom tomato. You can use any kind of beefsteak tomato. They call them, yeah, can you see that? See that? Right? So what I do is if you can see above, I don't know if that camera's wide enough. What I do is I just put cuts in there, like that. And then what I do is I put it right on the grill and I drop a little oil. It's kind of a way to cheat for a tomato confit, because what you're doing is you're cooking it in fat, okay? And to make it a little healthier, when I'm finished, look at how this tomato is all nice now. You flip that over, and like I said, the skin starts to peel right off like that. Some people, most restaurants won't serve it with that. I love eating that way. Anybody have an emulsion blender, one of those emulsion blenders? You love those things? They're great for this. So, and there you go. Here's your tomato confit. You chop that up, and what you would do, I just have to be careful here, health department wise, but what we would do is we would just cut this up. Right on there. I kind of like to take the middle stuff out. A little bit of, you could get a nice buffalo cheese. I got this just so it would melt nice and quick on this fake grill that I was smart enough to bring myself because I knew I wouldn't have a grill up here. These are called induction stoves. You need special pans to make them work. And every time I come to these events, we never have the correct cooking surface, so I bring my own. Kind of smart, right? So look at how that tomato, that's that second one. But there you go, you got this gourmet, almost grilled chicken cutlet, Parmesan, right? With a little Long Island tomato confit, a little basil right on top. Who's clapping? What do you think? Questions, comments? Anybody hungry? I love that. I love that.
Okay, Ed, we got about 5 minutes. Does anybody have any questions for Ed Gallagher?
Jim, you got any questions? No question. You asked enough questions. Everybody good?
Now, tell us a little bit how we can, are you going to have this in your booth? Tell me a little bit about what you're doing. I know you're getting ready in your booth. When are they going to, where can they, first of all, where can they see down here?
Yeah, we're down there on the left, and the back guys in the back are doing what they are allowed
Or
to.
cooking the food?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're working in conjunction with Bally's, the Food Network Food and Wine Festival is working
Right.
with Bally's. So there's kind of interesting scenarios that go on behind the scenes. But you'll have nice chicken to eat, though, I promise. It'll be
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there he is, Ed Gallagher. Put your hands together. He's a great
You guys
guy,
are awesome.
coast to coast. We want to thank you for coming, buddy.
Yeah, it was a pleasure coming, and it was so close. It's nice and close to home, right? Nice meeting all of you.
All right. Now